Hey everyone, this is Dhruvin and I welcome you all to my new Power BI Embedded Step by Step series. You are watching the second part of this series, and in this session we are going to talk about what is Power BI Embedded and how it is useful in our day-to-day business scenario. We are going to talk about what are the out-of-the-box embedding method available in the Power BI service, and we will be comparing those out-of-the-box method with the new Power BI Embedded. And at last, we will be discussing about what are the programming languages used for Power BI Embedded and which are the different types of embedding options available for Power BI Embedded. This is the overall scope for this session that we are going to discuss in details over here. So now, let's get started. Now, let me talk about some real life business case and scenario where we can use Power BI embedded in a best manner. Let's consider one of the largest organization who already have some ERP or CRM system in place. The organization has 1000 plus employees working over there. Now, the organization already have developed some Power BI reports and dashboards. Now, they want to embed those Power BI reports and dashboard into their existing ERP or CRM. They do not want to leave the context of their existing ERP or CRM system, and they want to access everything within a single application, which is their third party application. Now, in this business scenario, what happened here is 1000 employees do not have Power BI Pro license, but still they want to access the report securely into their ERP or CRM system. For that, this Power BI embedded helps us to embed our Power BI report or dashboards securely within the ERP or CRM system. So the ultimate goal is to embed our Power BI reports and dashboard securely within the third party application. Alright, so I know most of you have a question in your mind that yes, Dhruvin, Power BI Embedded will help us here. But what about the out of the box method that is already provided by Power BI service? Doesn't that help us over here? So now let me talk about that thing in detail over here. At this moment, Power BI service provide three options in order to embed our Power BI reports into third-party applications. The first option is using publish to web, second one is secure embed option, and third one is embed in SharePoint Online. So let me just give you a little bit overview about this thing in detail over here. So let's say for an example, here I have opened one of the Power BI report in Power BI service. Now let's say for an example, let's go to the file menu from here and let me talk about these three options in detail over here. I just clicked on file menu and here the first option is publish to web. Now let's say when we use publish to web option, then what happen here is our report is available publicly on the internet. So anyone who has a URL, they are able to access the report. Also, the report data is searchable from the public internet. So that is not the secure way for the sensitive sales data or marketing data. Second option is embed option. So this is something which securely embed our report in a website or a portal. So let's say whenever I'm clicking here, what happen here is it is opening this type of pop-up to me. Now let me just copy this link from here, and now let me just open up any guest window and open that link. Now, what happened here is this option is asking for sign in. So basically, we need to sign in order to view the report. Meaning, in order to view the report, the user should have Power BI Pro license available. Also, it is something which is extending the Power BI service functionality. Nothing more than that. And the third option is embed in SharePoint Online. This option is basically useful for only SharePoint user. If you want to embed your Power BI report in SharePoint, then definitely you can go with this option. The question arises in your mind that how to choose best embedding approach for our organization. So before you get started for embedding, just ask few questions to yourself. Just ask yourself, like, is it fine if my report data is publicly accessed on internet? Like, let's say you have prepared your sales report, and whenever you use publish to web option, anyone on internet can search your sales data. So is it fine for you? Is it fine for your organization? Then definitely you can go with publish to web option. I personally do not recommend this option at all. The main reason is that data is publicly accessible on the internet, meaning data is a key feature for any organization and it is sensitive. Any organization do not refer that the data will go publicly on internet. So definitely publish to web is not a suitable option, but still if you have some types of reporting which is fine, if the data is available publicly, then you can go with this approach. Second option is that Second thing is that you need to ask yourself that, do I need secure embedding for ERP, CRM or website without using code, and all the users in the organization have Power BI Pro license? If yes, then you can use secure embed. So as we talked about the secure embed option, it is something that it will provide a link where you can embed your Power BI report in any website or third party solution. So basically it's just an extension of your Power BI service where user need to sign in again and then they will be able to view the report. So it is something that the user should have Power BI Pro license in order to view the report. If that fits into your requirement, then you can use the secure embed option, right? Now, the thing is that when to choose Power BI embedded. We talked about publish to web, secure embed, and now let's talk about Power BI embedded. Now, just ask few questions to yourself. If your answer is yes, then definitely this Power BI embedded is useful to us. Do you want a secure embedding for your reports? If yes, go for Power BI embedded. Second thing, do you want to embed reports dashboard in CRM, ERP or website without prompting user login? Let's say for an example, do you need this type of functionality like your CRM or ERP already have some login mechanism in place? Now, what you want to do is you just only want to embed your report into that application, and that embedding is something which should be secure, right? You do not want to prompt any additional login for your users in order to view the report. Also, all the users of your organization doesn't have pro license. Then this Power BI embedded will best for you. Third thing, do you want to consume the capability of Power BI REST APIs? So let's say at this moment Microsoft launched so many Power BI REST API. If you want to customize something in your custom application, then definitely you need to go with Power BI embedded. Let me give you some examples. Let's say if you want to display all the workspaces, all the users, and if you want to manage the permission dynamically using the code, or let's say for an example, if you want to implement some custom row level security or some custom filtering, then definitely you can go with Power BI embedded. So this is the overall scenario for Power BI embedded. So in short, if I can say that if your requirement is something where you need a secure embedding without prompting any additional login to your custom application, then you need to go with Power BI embedded. You decided that you need to go with Power BI embedded. Then which type of SDKs are provided at this moment? So at this moment, Microsoft provides different SDK in different programming language like .NET Framework, .NET Core Framework, Java, Node.js, and Python. So we should at least have some basic programming language in order to get started with this framework. During this entire series, we are going to use .NET Framework for Power BI Embedded. Now, we talked about the different framework. Now, let me talk about different types of embedding options available for Power BI Embedded. At this moment, there are two options for Power BI Embedded. One is embed content for customers, meaning app's own data. And second one is embed content for organization, meaning user owns data. So if I can say, two options are, first is apps owns data and second one is user owns data. Now let me talk about those things in detail over here. So what do we mean by apps own data and user owns data and how it is different with each other? So let's talk about apps own data first. App owns data is also known as embed content for customers. Now, this heading is self-explanatory. Let me explain you the embed content for customers or apps on data concept with the help of example. Consider that your organization has 1000 plus employees and they want to consume the Power BI report into custom ERP solution. Those 1000 users do not have Power BI license in place, but still they want to use Power BI reports securely within their ERP system. They do not want any additional prompt for login in Power BI service. Then you need to go with embed content for customers or app zones data concept. So in this approach, what happen here is we are going to use master account or service principal as the authentication mechanism and we will be generating access token in order to render the Power BI report into our custom web application and the report will be rendered based on the access token to our third party application. So in short, use apps on data concept when you wish to securely embed your Power BI report into your custom application without having any additional prompt and when your users do not have Power BI Pro license available. Then this approach will suit you best. And most of the time, based on my experience, I can say that most of the organization are using apps on data concept. Users own data concept is something which is very less useful, but most of the customers are using this model, which is apps on data model. So we will be talking more about this thing while we are performing some practicals on that, right? So the first concept is this one. Now let me talk about the second concept, which is embed content for organization, meaning user owns data. So let me talk about that thing in detail over here. Now, let me discuss about embed content for organization or user owns data concept in detail. So users own data concept is something which is just an extension of Power BI service. When we embed our Power BI reports and dashboard using this approach, what happen here is user need to sign in first. Once user sign in, they will be able to view their reports and dashboards. So practically, if I can say that this is similar type of secure embedding option which is available in the out of the box manner. I have added this concept only for the learning purpose and we are going to talk more about this thing at the last part of this session series. So these are two different options using which we can embed our Power BI report or dashboard into our custom application. We talked about apps on data concept and user owns data concept, means embed content for customers and embed content for organization. Hope this is clear for you now. If you have any question related to this topic, you can add your questions in the comment section. In my next session, we will be talking about prerequisites that we need to consider before we get started for Power BI Embedded. So, stay tuned to my next session. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. Stay connected with me on Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. Also, if you wish to receive the daily notification about all my new videos on your WhatsApp number, click on this link. It will be redirecting you to this form. Fill the form and you will be receiving daily notification about all my new videos on your WhatsApp number. Also, if you wish to listen different Power Platform related podcasts, click on this link. it will be redirecting you to this particular page. Here you can listen your favorite Power Platform related podcast on your favorite podcast platform like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and much more. This is Truvin signing off. See you in the next session.